Hunter asked in his crisp, accented voice. "Do you need a doctor?" I shook my head. "I think I'm okay." Now that I could breathe, my body was starting to thrum with adrenaline, and I was getting a weird, disconnected feeling. "There'll be an ambulance coming with the fire trucks," Bree pointed out. "You should let them check you out, Morgan. You inhaled a lot of smoke."
"Actually, if Morgan's up to it, it would be better if we left now."
Hunter cast a glance over his shoulder. The first of the fire trucks was turning into the curved gravel driveway in front of the big house where Cal and his mother, Celine Belltower, lived.
"I don't think we want to talk to anyone official. Too many awkward questions. Sky, if you wouldn't mind delaying them for a moment so we can make our getaway?"
Sky nodded and set off across the lawn at a smooth lope. Stopping a few yards from the house, she held up her hands. I watched, puzzled, as she moved her fingers in a complicated dance in the air.
"What's she doing?"
Robbie asked.
"Casting a glamour," Hunter explained. "She's making the firemen believe the fire has spread to the house. The illusion won't last more than a few moments, but it'll keep them from noticing our cars while we're driving away."
He nodded his approval to Sky as she hurried back toward us.
"Let's get going. No time to waste. Robbie, if you'll drive Morgan's car, we can all meet down at the end of the block."
I was dimly amazed by the swift way he took charge of the situation. No exclaiming over what had happened, no expressions of shock or horror, just business. Normally, that would have irritated me, but at that moment, I felt reassured, safe almost. Robbie hurried toward my car. I started to follow him, but Bree took my arm. "Come on, you can ride with me," she said. My gaze met hers. Even at the scene of a fire, her glossy, shoulder-length hair looked perfect, but the shock of what had happened showed in her dark eyes. Once we'd been so close that we'd finished each other's sentences. That was before she'd fallen for Cal, before he'd chosen me. This morning, Bree and I had been enemies, but tonight I had called her, sent her a witch message with my mind when I was facing my darkest hour. I had called out to her, and she had heard me and had come to my aid. Maybe there was hope for us yet. "Come on," Bree repeated and led me toward her BMW. She helped me into the passenger seat, then went around to the driver's side. As we drove down the narrow, winding back driveway, she glanced anxiously in her rearview mirror. "They're still running around the main house. No one's even gone into the backyard yet," she said. A smile tugged at her lips. Sky's spell really worked, I guess. All this witchcraft stuff really blows my mind. She gave me a sideways look. "It was wild hearing your voice so clearly in my mind," she added after a moment. "I thought I was going nuts. But then I figured enough bizarre things have happened lately that I probably should take this seriously."
"I'm glad you did. You saved me," I replied.
My voice was hoarse, and the act of speaking triggered another coughing fit. "Are you sure you're okay?" Bree asked when I straightened up. "No burns or anything?" "Not on the outside," I thought bleakly. I shook my head. "I'm alive," I said. "Thanks to you." It wasn't exactly a reconciliation, but it was all I could manage at the moment. At the end of the dark, quiet block, we pulled up to the curb behind Sky's green Ford. Robbie was already there, leaning against the door of my car, Das Boot. I winced as I looked at the battered 71 Valiant. It was already dented and missing a headlight from a minor accident I'd had a week ago. Then, moments ago, Robbie had used Das Boot to ram through the wall of the pool house where I was trapped. Now the hood was badly dented, too.
"Right then,"
Hunter said. He spoke briskly, but I felt like I was hearing him through a layer of heavy cloth. Somehow I just couldn't focus.
"People are going to be asking a lot of questions about what happened here tonight, how the fire started and so forth. We need to get our story straight. Robbie, Bree, I think it's best if you simply pretend you weren't here. That way no one will question you."
Robbie folded his arms. "I'm going to tell our friends in Cirrus the truth," he said. "They have a right to know." Cirrus was the coven Cal had started. Robbie and I were members, along with 4 other people.
"Cirrus,"
Hunter said. He rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
"You're right, they should know. But please, ask them to keep it to themselves."
He turned to me. "Morgan."